skipped.
Dad? I overslept. I'm on my way.
He's there.
Yep.
Dad? Dad, wait, just wait. Let me just talk to me for 1 second. No, Dad! Dad! Come on!
And there's injection by the side of the... No?
Yep.
Yep.
Dad, no! No, stop it! Dad! Dad!
Son of a bitch!
Dad, let him go! Dad, no! Let go!
You wait for me, man! Now back off!
Jesse, no!
Back off!
Okay, everybody just calm down! Jesse, no! Okay! Jesse, come on! No, come on!
You're going back to rehab today, now.
Look, as it so happens, we were just talking about that now. Yeah, and I was gonna tell you, okay, if you would just let me.
Her lies looks more like bullshit right now.
Why do you do it? Lying to me. Shacking up and using with this scumbag, this loser. It takes one to know one.
His name is Jesse, Dad, and you don't know the first thing about him. We talk about rehab every night. It's his idea.
You talk about rehab? Well, gee, isn't that wonderful?
Thank you for not being judgmental 24 hours a day. Because that's exactly what I need, to be judged all the time.
Okay. You know what you need? I'll tell you exactly what you need.
Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm calling the police.
Dad! Dad, no, don't!
Come on! Come on!
Fine, we'll go to rehab.
I could care less about him going to rehab. I want you in rehab.
Okay, I'll go first thing tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, today.
I have to call into work. I have to stop the newspaper. Last time I went to rehab, all my houseplants died because you didn't water them, so... Daddy, please.
A girl calling his dad daddy.
She's
got
a daddy's
daddy
girl.
issues.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Trace back that call right now.
No, you can't.
Yeah. Of course he's gonna blame Jesse right away, and he's the one
because
who kind
it's
of.
not his daughter's fault.
But Jesse
She was
kind
here
of,
for a few years, maybe 18 months, a year and a half. So it's all his fault.
And to be fair, Jesse did open the door, but she came barging in. You know.
Yeah.
Nobody can make us do anything.
How the hell did you get this number? Did Jesse give it to you?
All Jesse wants is what's coming to him. No more, no less.
What are you talking about?
480,000.
He told you about the money.
He told me everything.
You know what it's like to have a trustful girlfriend that you can say anything to her?
What is this?
Some
kind of blackmail or something?
This is me telling you to do right by Jesse and bring him what you owe him. I don't
Actually,
call
you're
it
the one
blackmail.
blackmailing me.
I call that you getting off your ass and being a decent human being.
Well, I call it blackmail. Dialing my number. Talking to my wife. I am holding Jesse's money for him, and he will receive every last dollar of it. He will, not you. At a time when I see fit. But I will not contribute to his overdose. Now you tell him if he gets clean. If you both get clean.
You know what? I take that back. This is blackmail. Because what I know about you, high school teacher turned drug dealer with a brother-in-law in the DEA, that'd make one hell of a story. National news, I'll bet. Do right by Jesse tonight.
Oh, the
or I will
greed.
burn you
She's
to
the
the
greed,
ground.
maybe. I think
Well,
it's a theory that I have, but they look like the 7 deadly sins.
oh, well.
Well, we can target, but a lot of time in D&D characters, you put one deadly sin and one.
He's pride, she's
Suddenly,
greed.
Yep.
You want to really
And he wants
go to the cops, was you?
love.
He's
I know.
lust
Okay.
What?
in many different
He
ways.
does it.
And I have to say, like, it kind of warms my heart that Walter's reasons for not giving him his money is, I don't want to help you overdose.
Yeah. But it's in a good base, but he's not doing it in a kind
He's-
way.
yeah,
Like I said
exactly.
the
By extension,
last scene.
no, neither are you. I mean, he's my partner.
He looks like a little bum.
Well, he kind of is a little bum. That was your first comment about him in season 1, episode 1. Like, something like dress better, man. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you dress like a bum or something.
For real? It's Jesse's.
Jesse. Not you.
That I really, really like. They have a bond. It's broken, but it's there.
Nice job wearing the pants.
Oh, that's mean though.
Nice job on the pants.
Nice job wearing the pants in the couple.
Yes, yes.
How do I know she'll keep quiet?
I guess you don't.
Watch out, girl. Watch out.
Never hear from either of us again.
No, watch out.
You're not seeing straight, Jesse. You're making a mistake.
That look you gave him, like he's so. He
It's a
reaches
kid.
out.
It's a
I know.
kid. Oh my god, look at all the heroin we can buy. Oh my god, we can be free, we can do what we want.
This is freedom. This is saying I can go anywhere I want.
I, not we. Trash. Trash. Garbage. Garbage.
Australia?
Is New Zealand part of Australia?
New Zealand is New Zealand.
Right on. New Zealand, that's where they made Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I say we just move there, yo. I mean, you can do your art, right? Like you can
I can be your husband, you will be my husband fight.
and I can be a bush pilot.
I can get behind that. But I guess I'm good anywhere. As long as it's the two of us.
It sounds hopeful.
It's a broken hope.
But first we gotta get clean. And not because anybody's telling us to. We're not gonna just shoot this up our arms, Jesse. We're not.
No. We're better than that.
We're way better than that. I say we flush what we've got left. And we start tonight.
Or we can do one last night.
Yeah, we can do that. Definitely.
Addiction. I think she really saw it out there though. Like, she really sounds genuine. It's just the addiction is too strong.
But heroin is one of the most artful.
It's so easy to get addicted
Yeah.
to that. Yeah, one
Because-
shot I think and it's over.
Because you got a physical addiction to heroin. Like others would be more psychological, but it's more physical in heroin.
No, I don't know what to tell you. 3 stores I've been to so far, not one of them had it in stock. Well, do they have to be diapers for newborns? What if we went up a size and just kind of... All right, no, I understand. All right, no, I'll just keep looking. I'm pulling into Walmart now, so
Bullshit.
well played.
Ah, tu peux, attends. Why are you drinking? I'm mad at the Jesse. I'm mad at the Jesse too.
Well, they are both drinking because someone they care about is going through a rough thing.
Yep.
The oxygen. So what'd you have? Girl or boy? Oh. Little girl. That's nice. I have a daughter. Yeah. Old? Old enough to know better. 27 next month. Oh. You have other kids? Just one. Yeah. So any advice? Having a daughter? Any advice? Oh, no, not really. Just love them. Just, yeah. I mean, they are who they are.
There's only so much you can do.
No, that's right.
I've got this nephew. This nephew who is, I mean, he's an adult. Right? I mean, but you can't infantilize them. You can't live their life for them. But still, I mean, there is that frustration, you know, that,
Words full of
God,
wisdom.
that frustration that goes along with it, you know. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do know what is best for you, so listen.
family.
Yeah. It's family.
He's family
Can't give
at
up on
this
him.
point.
Never.
Yep.
What else is there?
Walter is his mentor. I do believe so.
He's a dad too, you know? The instinct is there. He's a dad and a teacher.
It's what was written on the site. He's a dad, he's a teacher, it's a great man.
He sees Jesse screwing his life and putting himself in danger and stuff, and he can't help but want to do something.
Oh, it's going back.
Jesse. 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 Wake up. Jesse. Wake up.
No. No! No! Juice? No! No, he's gonna be a wreck. You don't know what you just did. Oh my freaking god. But it's for the best. But in kind of a way he sees it that it's kind of not seals the dealings. It's for the best, you know, but no. Jesse will be a wreck. He will think it is his fault. Oh my god. A tabarnak! God, yes!
By the way, just before we start the conversation, this is Bryan Cranston, who plays Walter White, has said that this is probably one of the hardest scenes he's played, and he did it by figuring, imagining his own daughter dying in front of him like that to get the emotion out.
I want to see. He looks so destroyed.
Yet, that last look, when he looks up.
It's for the best.
This one. This is the look I kind of associate with Heisenberg a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, okay, there are two ways of seeing this scene. When I saw it with my sister, I basically went with the first way, but other people in the comments talked to me about the second way of seeing it. So how do you see this? And I'll tell you, the other way, depending on what you analyzed in this action. So why do you think he let her die? How do you see this? His decision? What went through his head when he let it happen?
Because I think he saw her as a threat. He saw her as a threat because she could manipulate easily Jesse, and she was doing it for the wrong reason. And I saw too that...
It's the neighbors and the shop cars and stuff.
I don't know what you want me to say right now, because I saw a lot of things. Right now he saw her as a threat, but he saw her as maybe, she looks just like, I don't know, if maybe he thought that's a girl, that's someone else's girl.
Okay, so you picked a little bit of both ways. It's got to be harsh on him because he just got a daughter.
Yes, it's someone else's daughter. That's what I said. It's someone's girl. It's someone's girl. So it's sad, but it's for the best for him. I do believe he thinks this is for the best because she was a threat for him and for Jesse. She was leading him. Like you said, Jesse opens the door, she rushes in with everything. So they were bad for each other. I said it
several times.
that they were not the best for each other. So he saw that too.
You know how long I've been waiting for you to watch this? Ever since we started season 2, it's been a year. This is season 2.
So I think too. At first, his instinct was to save her. He he rushed to save her, but then he was like, "It's happening. What do I do?"
He went, "What if?"
Yes. At first, without thinking, he saved her. That was Walter. But then, like you said, at first Walter was there, but then Eisenberg took the lead. Like, what do I do? Do I really want to save her?
Yes.
Yes, she was leading an OD. It's her fault. She was leading to it.
Okay, the way I saw the scene is similar to what she said, except I didn't say it as she was a threat to him, although that's what the people in the comments were saying. People in the comments say that...
Just pause. Just in the scene where he gives the money, she looks like a threat.
And she said, she called him and basically said, "This is blackmail and I know everything about you."
Yeah, she's blackmailing him.
And he's like, how do I know you're not going to say anything?
You'll never know.
Exactly. So a lot of people are saying, it was basically Heisenberg saying, "You know what? You blackmailed me, bitch, you're going to die."
Yes.
I chose to see it with more heart. And I went like, he just, talked about Jesse as his nephew, but he talked about him as if he's family. He sees him like this. He knows he's never going to hear from him again. He knows he's going to basically go die in a corner with this girl. Letting her die makes sure that he doesn't lose his partner, and that he forces through this. He forces Jesse.
Did he knew that they were going away?
Well, Jesse said, "You're never going to hear from us again."
Ah, mon Dieu! You think like that?
He said it. He said it to Walter when he...
No, I think... Do you think Walter was like, "Oh no, I want to keep him for me"?
Well, maybe a little bit of that, but there's also the fact that he was saying, I know what's best for you, and you're not listening. He said it to the dad, so I'm like, it's his messed up way of forcing Jesse to do exactly what he says again, which is to, let go of that girl and follow the right path. But then Eisenberg, that's why I kind of love the look he gave in this scene, because I think it was both. There was a bit of, it wasn't just Heisenberg killing Jane, it was also Walter. Yeah. They both had something in it. Heisenberg was going to get rid of the blackmail, he was going to get rid of the risk of being exposed, and Walter was going to make sure to keep Jesse in the right path.
Yes, oh mon Dieu, I called it too.
You did? I don't remember.
Yeah, when she said, "I guess you'll never know that I'm gonna stop."
You said careful. Yeah, you said careful. You don't want to blackmail Heisenberg. That's true.
And it went after her. It's karma. Oh well, karma's a bitch.
And some people could argue that basically he didn't kill her. He just didn't do anything. But he's also the one who pushed her by accident, of course. But if he hadn't been there, she wouldn't be dead. So, in my opinion, he's responsible for her dying, definitely. So there's no question.
If you're seeing someone dying and you didn't do nothing, and someone saw you do nothing, it can be held against you.
Exactly. Yeah, and you kind of have responsibility.
We know if he wasn't there, if he didn't have the heart to go back to Jesse, she would have died. But now it's his fault because he didn't do nothing.
She probably wouldn't though, because she
it was a warning. We saw it. First it was with Holly. You need to lay it back because she can throw up or she's about to barf.
Yeah.
And yet again we saw it with Jesse. She said leave it on the back, and it's counterattack. It's you who's dying from it because he didn't put a blanket or
when Walter shook Jesse, you saw Jane just because of the shape she went on her back. So because Walter pushed him a little bit, she went on her back.
So he killed her.
He started it, yeah.
Oh, okay, but then it's a kind of it's his fault.
It is, yes.
70-30 for Jane.
70-30 for?
My 70. The blame is 70% in Walter.
70-30, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, though. That's probably how he's gonna justify it to himself. Yeah. Well, she was a junkie. She was gonna die eventually. She was gonna do it to herself.
That's the girl you saw. That's the girl who's blackmailed him. Who said who took Jesse away from him. So that makes sense.
And that's, you know, to me,
when I saw her barf, I knew something was going on.
You didn't expect though him not doing anything. Even though you probably expected it, but then to see it happen, it still shakes.
Yeah,
you know?
I was hoping that he would save him, that he would save her, but at the same time, I knew he wouldn't do it.
This show is only 5 seasons long, and to me, there's a lot of stuff that happens to these characters, but to me, this is one of the turning points of Walter White.
But it's a lot of turning points. Like
yes.
the first time the first time he saw Jesse, the first time he did met with him, the first time they killed the guy.
Well, the first time he killed someone.
Yes.
When he became Heisenberg.
When they met Tuco.
Well, yes, but I mean, huge turning point.
Ben, Tuco at his house.
Yeah, but you could justify that by, you know, they were criminals going after me. But then now he just let an innocent die, knowing what it was going to do to Jesse, because you can just guess what's going to happen.
I called it, too. I called it that Jesse now will be a wreck because Jane is dead.
Next episode we will see just how much. But he was so in love with her, so yes, this is not going to go well. And okay. What do you think Walter is going to do about it? Do you think he's going to... What do you think he's going to do next?
I'm just thinking that he's gonna go away and
let it happen.
Oh yeah, and do like he didn't went there. I think he's gonna do the surprise guy who didn't know that Jane.
Oh God, she's dead.
Yep.
What a shame.
I think it's the simple it's the simple explanation that he can do. Do you really think that he can go like, yeah, I saw her die?
No, that's the thing.
No.
We will see next episode, but yeah, it was...
It's funny to think that now he's got to go buy some diapers.
He does.
After killing someone, after he watched someone die, you need to go buy new diapers because you don't have any at home.
Life keeps going on. Life keeps going, you know? But it was definitely a huge thing, a huge step in his path towards becoming an ultimate drug lord.
The characters in this series lives some heavy stuff that no one should be able to bear.
This is a drama show, but done right. And what I love is that the stuff they go through is intense, but it's handled very well, acting wise and script wise. Everything is just great, and nothing, like I said it before, but nothing gets left behind. So you know that what happened in this episode is gonna stay with them, change them, and be talked about for the rest of the show, just like everything in season 1 and everything we've seen so far in season 2. So everything stays with them. It's just so well written. Yeah.
It was the script, the story is written from the beginning to the end.
I don't think they did. I think they had an idea where they were going, but they didn't plan on everything happening in the 5 seasons. But everything.
But they didn't leave a single detail left out.
Yes, they kept everything. They remembered pretty much everything, and they brought it back every time. So that's
even Jane's stories is written she was a good character. Maybe we're gonna let her die. They invented her to be dead.
Well, they probably knew she was gonna die when she
got
here
what I
in
mean,
season 2.
But her story is kind of complex too. She has a dad that's judgmental and want to try to fix her up, and he's not the kind of a good way. And I want to talk about it.
What a speech, you know. What a scene with the dad too.
But that's right, and she has a story. She's a person. Every person that we see has a story.
They feel real, even though they're side characters. They feel real, and their impact on the actual main characters is very important.
Yep.
Especially Jane she stayed for half a season or something.
Yes.
But you said it yourself. Jesse's gonna be a mess after this. It's gonna change him just as much as it's gonna change Walter.
But he's right, voyons. Il vient juste de voir quelqu'un mourir.
Walter? Jesse was sleeping.
No, Jesse. Jesse just saw his friend die.
You didn't see him die.
Episodes ago.
He lost someone.
But he literally just lost someone, so he's gonna lost another one that was there to help him.
And she was the one that helped him go through.
So Walter, right now, you need to be there for Jesse, because you're Jane was there for him. Jane was there for him when he needed it, but she was not a good help.
Yeah.
But now, Walter, if you want a good help for him, you need to be there for him.
And that's one thing, like, though we say she wasn't a good help, like, she came barging in, he did open the door. He is the one who basically said, I don't want to consider rehab, because that's the first thing she told him. Like, oh, let's go to a meeting together. Let's go, let's talk about it. And he was like, no, I just want to smoke my meth alone, so please just leave. Otherwise, like this is what I do. This is what I am. So if you're not okay with it, just leave me alone. She chose to stay for him. There's a debate about who was really at fault. I think they both did their share of the bad stuff. Jessie didn't want to hurt her, and I think she was just too fragile when it came to her addiction. Like, she was just, it wasn't long ago enough, yeah.
So back at it again.
She didn't fight it very long, but at the same time, can we really blame an addict for falling back into her addiction? We can. It's a sickness. It's something that she can't really fight if no one is there to help her, and her dad is the only one who seems to be trying.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, he's trying to help her, but I don't think he's a good influence to her, because it's like she said, she saw him as someone who's judgmental and always. It's not for the good reasons she's doing what she did for him. You understand?
What she did for who?
For his dad. For dad.
Oh yeah,
she does the thing like not the recess.
I'm going to rehab because otherwise you're going to call the cops. It's not a good reason.
No, that's right. And even before, like she said, he was judgmental, and he, like I don't know. She said she found him judgmental before the rehab push.
Yeah.
So I do think that all the things he does for her, or the lying, she was lying a lot, bullshit. Huh?
Well, I think she was really ashamed of having gone back to her addiction.
She was ashamed.
But yeah, that says a lot about their relationship. Like, he's probably the one who convinced her the first time to go to rehab.
You should not push someone for to go in rehab because of shame, or to change because of shame. Because
that's the right thing to do. Like, you gotta convince someone. You gotta convince someone that it's for their own good, but through their own perspective of the thing. You need to be
there for them. You need to be opened up about it and talk about this thing.
And not focus on the drug use as much as the problem that led to the drug use. And with her, like, it was never even addressed. So. With Jessie, we can analyze it because we've been with him for 2 seasons, but with her, we don't know.
But we saw it with Jessie too. I want to talk about it, but a lot of time the family is involved with a drug addict. It's kind of a hard situation for them too. I know that he went a long way. Maybe he saw. I do believe he saw Jane being a wreck too. Like, did she did an overdose before?
She never. I don't think she said.
I don't think she said it, but she did rehab, or he saw the wreck that she was, and she was a mess. I do believe
she was. Well, when he first found out that she used to be an addict, he basically figured out that, well, okay, you're on the road to recovery. You're an ex-addict. But so he didn't want to push it. He didn't want to force her to witness it. And he tried to say, like, oh, I don't do it as much as I used to. And he was, trying to say, you know what, I need to light up, so please leave. He was considerate of it. Jessie.
Oh, I'm talking about her dad.
Ah, yes, I thought you said Jessie.
No, it's her
Sorry.
dad. No, her dad was there for her. Yes. And he saw her being a mess, maybe in her first rehab, so she was going fine. She was 18 months clear. So he saw her going back to her old habits when Jessie came.
He thought for sure he's the one who led her to that.
And it's her daughter. He want to do the best for her, and he just his vision is, I don't want her to do drugs, but you need to see it as, I want her to be happy. You couldn't stop her for doing what you want to do.
So why is she using it? Why? Yes. Why does she feel like she needs it?
Why does she feel that she needs to do drugs to be happy? You need to work for that, not I need her to stop doing drugs. That's what the rehab is about, I believe.
Yeah, but considering he never truly saw, I think, his daughter, he just saw the face she put on when she went to rehab with him. when he showed up at Jesse's place and saw her with Jesse, his first reaction was to think that Jesse's the one who got her started again, because in no way is his daughter dependent on this shit or, you know, compelled to go back to it because she's okay. His daughter doesn't have a problem. She's just a user, so we got to take care of the addiction. Yep. But that's not the reality of the thing, which is why I'm like, he's blaming Jesse, and I mean, okay, you have a right to be blaming Jesse a bit, but he's not the one who introduced himself to hard drugs, you know?
She always made the choices that she did.
And she's the one who brought in the heroin. Like, even before that, Jesse was doing meth sometimes, which isn't good, but he wasn't shooting up, you know? That's the next level.
I don't know who's the influence in the couple. I do think that they both were toxic for each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't want to change. It was kind of a good way. He accepted the person that he is. And that made her accept the thing that she were, and being with Jesse, she didn't have judgment. Yes. He was not judgy, and it was good. It was really good, but it was a way that makes heroin and meth okay.
She was in control of their relationship a lot.
Yeah.
Like, she chose not to tell anything to her dad. She could carry, like, she had to send him one drawing and he was, you know, right back with her. She convinced him to try heroin and stuff. She really was the one wearing the pants in the couple, but that's because Jesse lacks confidence and he lacks, you know, self-esteem. So he's looking, his relationship with Walter is actually very similar to his relationship with Jane. He wants acknowledgement. Yep. He wants someone to love him as much as he loves them. He wants someone to pat him on the back and say, "Good job."
You want to feel acceptance.
Yeah, which is why I'm like, I love that little look he gave Walter when Walter tried, you know? Not when he insulted him, but when he literally went and said, "Please think about your life." You know, when he started giving him advice, he looked at him like all hopeful, and Jane was really quick to shut that door because she knows him. She knows Jesse. She knew Jesse. And she knew that it wouldn't take much for him to go back to Walter and listen to him, because he said it, you know, they're partners and stuff, but it goes deeper than that. He's a figure, an important figure for him.
I don't think she shut the door because she saw the link that they both were having.
No, it wasn't that deep, but she saw Walter trying to convince Jesse to...
I don't think so.
Well, that's pretty much what happened still, you know?
Yes, but I think that Jane's in this episode was completely focused on drugs. Like, the money was there.
Well, yes.
The money is done. I want you to shut her. I do feel that she was egoistical. Selfish. Well, she was really selfish at that moment, and she was thinking about the greed, like you said, and everything. So the money is made, the deal is done. I shut the door. I locked the door.
I
don't think the behavior was from a manipulative stance. Like,
but at the same time, like, her first reaction after getting the money wasn't to say, "Let's go shoot up." It was to say, "Oh my gosh, like, we can leave, we can be free, let's get clean, let's have a future together." Like, she saw hope in this money, and she let Walter talk before, like, she let him talk, but as soon as Walter said something like, "Think about your life, you know, see what future you have, be careful," he looked at him like, hopeful, like, advice and stuff, like he was almost reaching, and then she closed the door. So that's why I'm saying
it was his greed.
Like, she didn't want Walter to convince Jesse to give back the money, or, you know, just don't use it with her. She wanted to cut that relationship because she wanted Jesse with her. So well, see it your way, I see it my way.
Yes.
But
Yes, I do. I just want to say that, I just want to explain that my point is that I think that she was just focusing on her greed, like you said, the money.
Yes,
that went away, the freedom and everything.
Well, it's actually the same thing, though, because why would she want to cut that relationship? Because she wants the money, and she wants the guy who owns the money.
Yes, and the conversation was just for the money. So she didn't want to hear anything about Walter. She saw him as a bad guy, and he saw her as the evil girl.
Yes, well, yeah.
So that's it. We got money. Shut up. Just went away. I want to have my freedom. She was very selfish right now.
She did.
So actually, I don't think that she saw Walter as a threat. But he was.
He could definitely have been a threat though, because he could have convinced Jesse not to give her the money.
Well, I don't think she saw that.
Well, let's agree to disagree on this, but okay. In any case, she was very not selfish, but she was focused a lot on herself when she talked about that money after. And considering Jesse has absolutely no obligation to use that money for her, but she automatically included herself in the future.
She talked at the first person. Yeah, I'm free. I can go anywhere I want.
Yeah.
And then after she was like, "We."
Can't say though.
His money. That was kind of corrupt.
I can't say though that it wasn't sweet, but you know, it's as twisted as this is. They did have a cute relationship, sort of. Like seeing them together, getting really hopeful for the future was cute. But then it's bittersweet as fuck when you see them, you know, shoot up again. The last
shoot up that they were going, like when I said like we can flush it away.
There's always another one. Yeah.
Or we do one last time. It's always that. It's always that way with men. It's always that way. It's mostly that way with drug addicts. Like it's just like nicotine. It's the last cigarette. It's not. It's
never the last. You know.
It's always the last cigarette. But it's never. It's always the last cigarette. It's always the last drink. It's always the last joint. It's always the last shot. So.
Pretty rough episode.
So it was a. Oh my god.
Did you want to talk about something else, or do you want to move on?
No, I think we did all the thing.
Well, we didn't talk about the family side, but I think we can actually keep that for the last episode and bring it back.
The family side?
Yeah, Skylar, the baby, and how Walter basically sees, you know, his place in the family. But we'll keep that for the last episode because it's going to be brought back a little bit. So. Okay. I say, like, I think I'm just too excited to see the fallout, you know, to see the consequences of this. So we're going to move on.
Yes, we can move on. So thank you guys for watching. It was episode 12 of season 2 of Breaking Bad.
Only one left in the season, so it's gonna be intense. Hopefully you liked it, and if you want to see the next episode right away, it's already on Patreon. You can check it out right now, that and the full-length reaction. The link is in the description, so click on it if you want.
And leave a like if you enjoyed.
Yes, or see you next week if you stay on YouTube.
See you next week.
Bye. Bye.